Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, my fellow scientists in making. I am Miss Lokoja Kogi and is a student from Al-azhar International College, and I am presenting to you this wonderful topic, telescope. And under the telescope, I'm going to be explaining a unique telescope, that is the terrestrial telescope. From previous presentations, we are all familiar with what a telescope is. For recap, a telescope is an optical instrument that is used to view far objects. So now, a terrestrial telescope is also an optical instrument that is used to view objects on the earth. Now, we have different types of telescopes anyway, but this particular telescope, the terrestrial telescope, is used to view objects on the earth's surface. Now, a brief history on the terrestrial telescope. The first terrestrial telescope was invented in 1608 by a Dutch spectacle specialist named Hans Lippershey. Hans Lippershey invented this terrestrial telescope. He's a Dutch spectacle specialist. He invented this telescope in the year 1608. Shortly after, Galileo Galilei invented his own more improved version of the telescope in 1609. Now, components of this terrestrial telescope. The terrestrial telescope is composed of four major parts, which are the objective lens. The objective lens collects and focuses light from the object being observed. Now, that is the objective lens. We are all familiar with that term from our previous lesson. The objective lens collects and focuses light on the object being observed. Then the eyepiece lens. The eyepiece lens magnifies the images formed by objective lens. Then the telescope tube. The telescope tube holds the objective lens and the eyepiece lens together in place. And lastly, the mounting system. The mounting system allows for adjustments of the telescope to your own view. Now, the types of terrestrial telescope. We have refracting telescope. Refracting telescope uses lens to focus light. Then we have the binocular telescope. The binocular telescope uses two telescopes. Then we have the reflecting telescope. The reflecting telescope uses mirror to focus light. Now, we should note something. The reflecting telescope uses mirror to focus light, and the refracting telescope uses lenses, which means a terrestrial telescope combines the use of both lenses and mirrors in its use. Then applications of terrestrial telescope. Terrestrial telescope is used in a wide and diverse set of applications, which include surveillance. For example, most of us are familiar with watching movies, all these war movies. We note that all these, for example, the secret agents and so on, they use this terrestrial telescope for surveillance to spy on something very far away on the earth or in their surroundings. And it's also used in war as to spy on enemies, dangers, oncoming dangers, and so on from a far distance. Then, for nature observation, for those of us that are nature lovers, for example, in a cool day, you can just get up, get your terrestrial telescope, go out to nature, sit down, use your terrestrial telescope to observe nature all around you. The terrestrial telescope is used by nature observers to check, even you may actually discover a new organism or anything in the earth. Then, for geological surveying, terrestrial telescope is used by geologists all around the world. Advantage of terrestrial telescope. Terrestrial telescope is very, very good for some reasons. For example, portability. Terrestrial telescope is very portable. You can take it in your pocket, in your bag, anywhere. It's very, very portable, very, very easy to move. Then, ease of use. Terrestrial telescope is very easy. It's easy to use, in the sense that it is not heavy and you can easily adjust it. Due to its construction, you can easily adjust it to your own view. Then cost effective. The terrestrial telescope is not expensive. It's not too expensive like other telescopes. It is cost effective, and once you get it, you love it. Limitations. Now, as I mentioned, the wonderful benefit of terrestrial telescopes also has some limitations, which is limited magnification, which means terrestrial telescope offer lower magnification than astronomical telescope. Terrestrial telescope actually covers a wide range of things. You can actually see a wide view, but it has lower magnification. The magnification power of terrestrial telescope range from 10 times to 30 times. Then another limitation of terrestrial telescope is that atmospheric interference. For example, when there is a bad weather or or changes in the atmosphere, it's actually the images will actually blurry, like the atmosphere interferes with the use of terrestrial telescope. Now, let me give a quick recap of what I've just said. The terrestrial telescope. The issue of terrestrial telescope was invented in 1609 by a Dutch spectacle specialist named Al-azhar in 1608. Then the improvement of terrestrial telescope. Shortly after Al-azhar invented the terrestrial telescope, another Dutch specialist invented Zacharias Jensen did to the terrestrial telescope, he improved the design. Then in 1609, Galileo Galilei invented his own version, more improved version of the terrestrial telescope, and this more improved version can actually see objects in the sky other than the Earth. Then some facts about terrestrial telescope. Now, compare terrestrial telescope and astronomical telescope. Unlike astronomical telescope, terrestrial telescopes are designed for observing objects in the Earth, while astronomical telescopes are designed for observing celestial objects in the sky. Optical design. Terrestrial telescopes use a combination of lenses and mirror, which makes it very, very unique, because it uses a combination of lenses and mirror for increased magnification, a higher and clearer magnification of objects, and it produces inverted images. It allows users to observe distant objects clearly. The magnification power of terrestrial telescope, as I said earlier, ranges from 10 times to 30 times. Then portability. Terrestrial telescope is very, very compact, very, very portable. You can take it anywhere. Then modern applications of terrestrial telescope. Today, terrestrial telescopes are used in various fields, in war, security, nature observation, and so on. Wildlife observation too. For example, you can take a visit to a game reserve. With your terrestrial telescope, you can actually sit down at a safe range and monitor animals as they are going in their daily activities. You can monitor it. Very, very interesting. Then aerial photography. Aerial has to do with the air, the space, the atmosphere, the air. Aerial photography. Have you ever wondered why some of your notebooks you can actually see a drawing of a bird, a colorful, beautiful bird? Now, from where we stand, from our position on the Earth, we cannot see them as clearly as they appear in our photographs and graphics. But this is made possible by the use of terrestrial telescope. It helps the photographer to locate and frame shots of aerial views. For example, frame shots of birds to see how they look like at a very, very close range, without being actually close to them, but you can see them close and clearly, but you are not close to them. So, an interesting fact you should know about terrestrial telescope is that terrestrial telescope was known as the first spyglass. It was known as the first spyglass in the sense that when it was first invented, it was majorly used, for example, as I said earlier, in war to spy So, for example, now we could be standing here, then someone can actually be spying on us using the telescope, and we don't know, we can't see the person. It was known as the first spyglass. And the extra telescope actually played a wonderful role on navigation, that's the sea. In the sense that sailors used the extra telescope to check their view, for them to locate where they are or look for shores around to see if there's a nearby shore to land or to check on oncoming enemies to attack. So I'm actually going to give you a few differences between terrestrial telescope and astronomical telescope. I'm comparing terrestrial telescope and astronomical telescope. Now, in the image orientation, terrestrial telescope creates upright images, while astronomical telescope creates inverted images. The primary use of terrestrial telescope, of course, is for Earth observation, and primary use of astronomical telescope is for space observation. Now, the optical design. The terrestrial telescope combines both lenses and mirror for its magnification, while the astronomical telescope uses lenses. Then now the terrestrial telescope uses erective prism as an optical design too, but the astronomical telescope does not use any prism. And the portability. Of course, the terrestrial telescope is more compact, while the astronomical telescope is heavier, and more larger. So, of course, I hope you guys have known one or two things about this wonderful telescope. It's something you need to get. It's something you need to use. At least you could sit down one or two times, observe nature. It's very, very good, very, very easy to use. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together. Your question? Question? No question. Thank you.